on, guys? So I got some DC comic news for you guys. If you follow Jim Lee on Twitter, you probably saw his tweet that said #Rebirth that was paired with a photo of blue curtains with the word Rebirth across it. This photo was also tweeted out by other DC co-publishers, so a lot of people are thinking, is a reboot about to happen? Reboot, relaunch, remake, whatever you want to call it, do we think that the DC universe is about to get rebooted again? Some of you are comic book readers and might know that the DC universe was slightly like a soft reboot in the New 52, where they kept some storylines, but they went ahead and got rid of some characters or created new characters and made new storylines for existing characters. So why would, so soon to the New 52 reboot, why would DC do it again? Before I give my thoughts on the matter, let's go ahead and cover what comic book websites are talking about the whole Rebirth situation. It looks like the website Bleeding Cool was one to break the story, but their thought on the whole Rebirth thing is that DC wants to go ahead and put Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, and the Suicide Squad more in the spotlight because of the movies. Now, a lot of people might say that's exactly what Marvel is doing, but although it might be similar, it's not the same. From my understanding, Marvel has made a bunch of its movies from existing comic book source material, but now they just went through a massive reboot, which allows them to continue making their movies without having to reboot them in case actors want to leave or, you know, certain circumstances don't allow them to do that. They already have backup plans for new heroes. Now, if DC were to do this, since their universe is just starting, they would be ahead of the game, so they would be writing their comics and you'd be like, oh shit, this is awesome. Oh wait, this movie's coming out in a year or two. So basically you would be enjoying the ride up until the movie, unlike Marvel where you'd have to go back and read certain stories to understand the whole concept. At least that's what I think they're doing, but this all really depends on if you believe Bleeding Cool's story. I'm a bit skeptical, so I'm gonna wait for confirmation on this idea. I personally don't see why they would go in that direction because like the shared universe thing for me is kind of stupid, and at the same time, I don't think they're gonna do a reboot like a lot of people think they are. The reason why I don't like the whole shared universe idea is because creatively, it kind of sucks. And that's what makes DC Comics so unique, that it is not a shared universe between movies, TV shows, and comics. Let me just tell you why I think it sucks. Just imagine being in a room of creators, all of you are creators, and you're just like, all right, you're writing TV shows, you're writing movies, you're writing comics. And you're like, you're a comic book guy, and you're like, oh yeah, so I want this person to do this, they're gonna have an epic battle and they're gonna die. But then somebody from the TV show checks you and they're like, oh wait, you can't do that because we're actually gonna have that character be in, you know, freaking episode 20, so you can't have that person die right now. Then the movie comes in and it's like, well, you can't really kill that character at all because we have them in 3 fucking movies, so you're gonna not kill that character, you're just gonna have to make up another character and kill them. So bam, if you were a writer of comics, you just got vetoed by 2 other groups. That would suck, because I can't tell you how many times I've read a comic and you get to the last page and you're like, damn! Because something huge happened or somebody died or whatever, but if you're gonna be in a shared universe, you no longer have a massive amount of control. You have to get checked by everybody else if you want to do something in particular. Now, if you separate all 3 of them, it doesn't matter which each one does. Writers of comics can make amazing, awesome stories like DC is doing right now, and the TV shows can be like, that's really good. We should make that in like season 3 or 4. And the movies can be like, well, we can fucking do the really big battle because we got the budget and the TV show will never be able to do that, so let's fucking do that. Bada bing, bada boom, everybody's happy and everything is dope. Now, before you scream DC fanboy, I like the Marvel Universe. Yo, a connected universe works for Marvel, but, you know, the idea of 67 characters in one movie like the freaking Russo brothers are talking about or whatever, they can't even do that with the Avengers, and you want 67 in one movie? It ain't gonna work. I only say that because Age of Ultron was a letdown. That's my thoughts on a shared universe, but let's talk about a reboot or a relaunch. The reason why I don't think Rebirth is a reboot or a relaunch is because DC would be utterly stupid to freaking reboot Batman. Now, some of you might be thinking New 52, that was a reboot, but no, it wasn't. It was like a soft reboot because they kept some original Batman storylines, like Barbara Gordon being Oracle, Jason Todd becoming freaking Red Hood. Those things are so iconic that DC will never, ever change them. So the word reboot is never gonna be valid in DC unless they are like, yo, we're changing everything. Oracle never existed, Red Hood never existed, blah, blah, blah. I don't think they would ever destroy Batman's history or legacy like that because those stories are just so good. That's just Batman. You still got Superman, Green Lantern, freaking The Flash, Wonder Woman. A lot of those storylines, they don't want to change because some of those stories are so iconic. So I personally don't think it's a reboot. What would you relaunch. What would be relaunched? Maybe it is a relaunch that they're just going to call Rebirth, and what they mean is that it's going to be a rebirth of certain characters that have not had comics in a really long time. So with the massive amount of popularity in freaking TV and movies, why not bring back those characters for comic book series? That way you can pimp them out in every market. Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Supergirl. She doesn't even have a freaking comic book series right now, and she has a show. You always got to remember it comes down to the money, guys, and I think this is the best way DC can capitalize on their popularity of certain characters and bringing back some other ones by putting them in TV shows. I personally just think that Rebirth is going to bring back characters or revive certain characters with better storylines. Give Green Arrow better storylines because the damn show is stealing everything from Batman. But let me know what you guys think Rebirth is in the comment section down below. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and share it with all your buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. But as always, guys, I'm your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time.